Hello everybody, my name is Rafael. I'm a local tourist guide of State Historical Architectural Reserve İçerişehir. Today we are standing at the Şirvanşah Palace complex. This palace complex is composed of 9 different style of constructions, and the palace building, Divankhane or Mausoleum of Faruk Yasar, the palace mosque, the family burial vault, and the mausoleum of Sayyid Yahya Bakuvi, Eastern Gate or Murad's Gate, and so on. First of all, I would like to speak about a little bit the Şirvanşah's history. Şirvanşah's state, the state existed more than 600 years as independent, from 861 till 1538. The state had been ruled by more than 40 different rulers in different times of period. The first ruler, Haysam ibn Khalid, established the state in Shamaki city, which was the first capital city of the Şirvanşah state. But in 12th century, in 1191-92, as a result of devastating earthquake, they moved to Baku because everything in Shamaki city was leveled. That's why Baku was chosen as a second main capital of the Şirvanşah state. Till the end of the state, Baku remained as a capital city. And when they moved here, they began to build these huge palace complex, and this palace complex dates from 12th, 15th centuries, and those buildings which I mentioned before built in different centuries. And first of all, I would like to speak about this huge palace building where the Şirvanşah's family and the servants used to live for many years, for many centuries. This palace building has 2 floors and had more than 50 rooms for different purposes. The Ibrahim I, Khalilullah I, and Faruk Yasar, who are the main rulers of the Şirvanşah state, used to live in this palace. But unfortunately, in the 16th century, when Şirvanşah's state was collapsed, everything of the palace was taken away by different troops. That's why original items and the things of the Şirvanşah's people, Şirvanşah's rulers, are kept in different museums in the world. And also I would like to show you the second construction of the Şirvanşah Palace, which is known as Mausoleum of Faruk Yasar or Divankhane. Let's go in to see and to explore the construction. And we are standing in front of the construction which I mentioned, which is known as Divankhane or Mausoleum of Faruk Yasar. It's one construction, but it has 2 different names. I would like to explain it. This construction was built in 15th century by the order of Faruk Yasar, was the last main ruler of the Şirvanşah state, just to be buried inside as a mausoleum. But in 1500s, Faruk Yasar, as a last main ruler of the Şirvanşah state, during the battle was captured and burned. That's why his family, his closest friends, were not able to bury him in this mausoleum. That's why after him, this construction was used as a Divankhane for the official discussions, for the official meetings. That's why since 16th century this construction has been known as a Divankhane. But its portal, its entrance is very beautiful. That's why to this beauty we can say that Şirvanşah Palace complex, all these buildings, considered as a masterpiece of Azerbaijani architectural school. I would like to show you some patterns with the inscriptions in Arabic. And we have 2 similar hexagonal medallions. They have Arabic writings which were written in Kufic style of Arabic language. The right pattern says God is one and Muhammad's name was written for 6 times. But the left pattern says there is no God but God. Muhammad is a messenger of God and Imam Ali is very close to God. And I would like to show you some foliage motifs around the doorway of the portal. We can see the images of fig and grape leaves on the frame of the doorway. Why fig, why grape leaves were covered over there? Because the climate of Baku and Abşeron Peninsula is very suitable to grow all these kind of trees and plants. That's why architects, when they design these construction, they decide to carve these kind of things. And I would like to show you its inner space as well. Let's go in to see the different writings. And also from inside we can see the second similar doorway as the first one, but it has few differences. On the sharp point of this doorway, we can see two lines of Arabic writings. These writings were taken from Holy Quran, the Surah of Yunus, and 25-26 verses were written there. Those writings are translated as, "The great God calls people to the world of peace and to paradise. Who do good deeds, who follow the rules of a great God, are going to be rewarded with paradise in which they will stay forever." Also, in medieval times, this construction from inside, from outside, used to be decorated with glazed tiles, blue, red, pink color tiles. But unfortunately, those tiles don't exist anymore. But those tiles are known as Kashi tiles because of in 15th, 16th centuries, during the construction of these buildings, those tiles were brought here from Kashan city. That's why still those known as Kashi. And here we can see some steps which lead to the center, as I mentioned before. And this construction was supposed to be mausoleum of Faruk Yasser. His body was supposed to be buried there, but unfortunately nobody was able to bury him. That's why this space still is empty. And we have two different rooms. One is here, second stands on it. These rooms also were supposed to be used by religious people to practice, to pray, but when it was converted to Divankhana, the people used them as warehouses to keep some local items. And I invite you to see and to explore other constructions of the Shirvanshah Palace complex. Shirvanshah Palace complex itself is composed of three different courtyards. We have seen the first yard, but we are standing on the second courtyard of the palace. In this part of the palace, we can explore different constructions. First of all, I would like to speak about the Sayyid Yahya Bakuvi's mausoleum. Sayyid Yahya Bakuvi was a famous scholar, famous teacher. He used to live in the palace for more than 40 years. He was born in Shumaki. He was a follower of Sheikh Sadruddin, but after the invitation of the Shirvanshah's rulers, he decided to move Baku and he decided to work here. Also, once a year we had a very beautiful madrasa where the Shirvanshah's kids, Shirvanshah's children, used to study how to read Quran, how to write, and so on. And Sayyid Yahya Bakuvi had more than 30 poems. All these poems were Sufi mystic characteristic poems. He was also the main follower of Sufism, which is the denomination of Islam. But those poems are kept in Muradiya Library in Turkey. Still in Azerbaijan, in Turkey, in different parts of the world, so many people follow Sayyid Yahya Bakuvi's thoughts. And this mausoleum actually has two floors and two rooms. The ground floor, just vault, where Sayyid Yahya Bakuvi, when passed away, was buried there. And the second, the first floor is just empty room to practice, to pray in honor of Sayyid Yahya Bakuvi. And I would like to speak about this place. Unfortunately, madrasa and mosque named after Shah Keykubat does not exist. We can see only its foundation, but from here we can see also its mihrab. Mihrab actually belongs to the mosques. Also, this madrasa wasn't just madrasa; it was also at the same time mosque where the kids, Shirvanshah's people, used to pray here. The mihrab shows the direction of Mecca and helps the Muslims to figure out where is Mecca to pray towards it. But in 1918, this madrasa and mosque was destroyed. And I would like to speak about these stone plates. There are more than 600 this kind of stone plates. All belong to the huge Bayal Castle. The Bayal Castle was built in around 13th century by the Shirvanshahs during the period of Fariburz III. But 70 years later, approximately, devastating earthquake destroyed the Bayal Castle, which used to stand on island in the Caspian Sea. That's why nothing existed there. But until 1930s, this castle left remained under the Caspian Sea. When the level of the Caspian began to drop, and the local people, local archaeologists decided to implement some excavations. During the excavations, so many artifacts, so many things and which belong to those people, Shirvanshahs, and also these stone plates with the writings, with some foliage motifs, with the images of animals, were taken from there. And these stone plates used to decorate the castle from outside, encircle the castle. The people can read some writings, and according to those writings, we can say that the castle itself was designed Zeynuddin ibn Abu Rashid Shirvani. And the castle itself had been used as a custom office, same time as a defensive tower, as a warehouse to keep some military equipment of the Shirvanshahs. And also we have few films about these archaeological excavation works. How do the people discover these stone plates, discover that Bayal castle? And I would like to explain some other constructions which belong to the Shirvanshah Palace. There was Palace Mosque, Family Burial Vault, and Shirvanshah's private bathhouse. Okay, let me show you those constructions. This part of the palace, there are three different constructions. The Family Burial Vault, I mean the family mausoleum of the Shirvanshahs, the Palace Mosque, the Shah Mosque, and Hammam. This family mausoleum, according to its design, is very similar to Divan Khana or Farruh Yasar's mausoleum. According to those writings, these motifs, but there are different style of writings which have different meanings, and those writings, or the sharp point of the doorway, give information about its functional purposes. It says this family mausoleum was built by the order of namesake of Muhammad Shirvanshah Khalilullah I in honor of his son and his mother. May God bless them. And those writings, which written on the top of the mausoleum, written in Arabic, was taken from 12th surah of Quran. It says, "You will see your God with your own eyes," and also Prophet said, "You will see your God is most merciful." And also the inside, we have 7 different graves. Those graves belong to the Shirvanshah's family, and I mean the Shirvanshah Khalilullah I, and his mother and his children were buried inside. I mean, his mother's name was Bika Sultan, and Amir Bahram, Farrukh Yamin, Sheikh Saleh, Amir Tahmaras, who was a commander-in-chief of Shirvan army, and were buried inside. And it has also 2 praying rooms. Those praying rooms used to be used by the religious people. They used to pray inside in honor of those people. And also in this part of the palace, we have Shah Mosque. Why it's called Shah? Because the Shah Mosque was built by the order of Shah Khalilullah I. This mosque has 1 minaret. Minaret is cylindrical-shaped construction tower which had been used by Muazzin. Muazzin is a person who calls people to pray 5 times a day. And this Shah Mosque has 2 praying rooms, 1 room for the men, 2nd room for the women. And we came to the last construction of the Shirvanshah Palace complex, which is known as Hammam, Shah Hammami. Hammam means bathhouse. It was a private bathhouse where the Shirvanshah's people and their servants used to use this hammam. For many centuries, this hammam remained under soil. That's why this hammam, most part of this hammam don't exist anymore. We can see just ruins of this hammam. But it was built in 1430s until 15th, 16th centuries. It was operational hammam. And this hammam had different style of rooms for different purposes. Some rooms for undressing, some rooms for just meetings, some rooms for washing. And also this hammam had clay pipes to distribute fresh water from one place to the others. Also behind the wall, we have a very big water reservoir which had huge amount of water which supplied this hammam with fresh water. But the people used cooked oil to warm, heat to warm the fresh water. And in Kilkhana. Kilkhana is a place where the people gathered water to warm it, to distribute to the washing rooms. And we can see some domes of the hammam. These domes have some slits. The slits just placed there just for light to go inside and for steam to go out from inside. And as I mentioned, in medieval times, hammams were used as a place for the meetings between men, between women in different days of the week, and also the leisure time was hammams was best place to spend. That's it about hammam. This is not only hammam in İçerişehir. In İçerişehir there are approximately 5 different hammams, and 2 of them still operational, other ones kept as a monument, as a constructions in İçerişehir. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask. Dear followers, thanks for watching. On the behalf of State Historical Architectural Reserve, thank you all.